Welcome back. It's time now for a dose of culture. In a moment, I'll be joined by our art critic, Sean Rose. First, though, a look at a French choral tradition making a comeback thanks to an Englishman.
Paris is a city of churches. But while they still have all their architectural splendour, most people don't realise that something just as beautiful has largely been lost. This is the Académie Vocale. It's the only choir in Paris which trains young choristers in what's now known as the English choral tradition. It was once common here in France too, but the Academy is run by a Brit, Ian Simcock. He explains what sets them apart.
Our repertoire is as large as the great English choirs. There is no area of the repertoire that is unexplored, and this makes us different from other French choirs who tend to sing less often in concert, in performance, and do less music, whereas we do it all.
L'Académie Vocale were the first French choir to be invited to sing at London's Westminster Cathedral, internationally renowned for its choral tradition. According to the head of choral music at the Sorbonne, this style of singing died out in France because of the country's turbulent history.
At
the time of the French Revolution, all the choral traditions that were in place in cathedrals were abolished. A few years later, the conservatoires were founded, but it wasn't in the same spirit. Other kinds of music were prioritized.
For the choristers, it's a skill that lasts a lifetime. Even as they get older, they can stay on and graduate from the maîtrise to this, the ensemble. It's quite a commitment, but young or old, they seem to love it.
It's good because you can make loads of friends and we can put everything we have into the singing. It's amazing.
It's very engaging to come and sing in this choir because there's always a challenge. We're always trying to perfect the music we're doing.
What's certain is that the end result is worth it.
And joining me now is our art critic, Sean Rose. Hello, Sean.
Hello, Claire.
You're going to be telling us all about an exhibition of Chinese contemporary art, and it sort of ties in with China's appointment of a new leader, doesn't it?
Well, absolutely. It's contemporary, very contemporary. He's one of the most famous contemporary artists in China. He's called Wei Minjun, and his exhibition is staged at the Fondation Cartier pour l'Art Contemporain in Paris, in the 14th Art District. The exhibition is called A Hint of a Laughter, and I'll tell you why, because this artist, born in 1962 in Daqing, in the northeastern province of Heilongjiang, has a very idiosyncratic style with these characters laughing. He actually started painting as a hobby, and then he decided to carry it on and study at art school. He's of a generation whom actually lived through the Tiananmen massacre and the backlash, that is, the censorship. And so he decided to do this kind of painting with these people laughing out loud, and often they're self-portraits of people or himself just prancing about in underpants. It's quite ironic and it's quite provocative. He subverts the people's Republic of China's motifs, like Mao Zedong. He started painting friends, but then he wanted to use this kind of revolution iconography and subvert it. And you see one of the paintings. You have Mao Zedong, the great houseman, swimming in a kind of pool, but you wouldn't know if it's pool of, I don't know, of blood, because it's kind of reddish. And he's a prominent figure, and he likes to also give, to make fun of people, and so that when he sticks his finger up his nose or in his ear, it means like, what the heck? It's kind of two-finger gesture. And that is very much, typical. It's typical of this generation that is very blasé of these artists. And I asked Grazia Quaroni, the curator of the exhibition, how actually Wei Minjun stands in that contemporary scene, and why he's so important.
At the beginning of the 90s, at the very highest point of the disillusion and depression, artists were called being close to cynical realism. And Wei Minjun has been indicated like the chief of this movement, although he prefers to consider himself free of all labels and all classification and being an independent.
Now, Sean, when you look at all that, you can't help but wonder why all these laughing heads?
Well, they're all laughing. It's a life motif because it's kind of cynical. It's not a laugh that is funny. It means that you don't know what to say. It's like a kind of
an uncomfortable
yes,
laugh.
It's a wooden laugh, I would say, and it's kind of something you don't understand. But it's not the only thing. What's emblematic in his work. He's also the political aspect. He likes to use his ideological, the realist socialist style, and you find him with political themes like this, the Guqian conference when Mao Zedong was, took the control of the Communist Party, and you see him, Mao Zedong with the Red Army, and you see him, he takes a picture which is kind of pompous revolutionary iconography. You see Mao Zedong, you have the red flag, you have Lenin, Marx, you have all these soldiers listening to him in awe, and then he empties the room. He does the same picture with the room empty, looks like a squat with a bonfire and broken furniture. He's very much like that. This is again the ceremony of the founding of the People's Republic of China with Mao Zedong before the big Tiananmen Square, and look, this is totally void of people. It is about the kind of emptiness, and he sometimes subverts also the Western art. Manet did an execution of Maximilian, Emperor Maximilian, and he did the same with the same pose of the characters, and you see there's no gun, and they're all laughing their heads off. And it's a kind of, is it a real menace? When you laugh, when you're embarrassed, and also you just don't know what to say because there's nothing to say. That's what about cynical realism is about.
So those were some examples of his readings of images of the past. Does he make social comments of on the present situation?
Absolutely. He is very interested in society. Obviously, it's all, intermeshed. And so he does this called everybody connects to everybody with a chain, a human chain. Everybody is identical with the same wooden laugh again. And this is called bystander, where you have someone just drowning in front of tourists taking pictures. It is kind of modern China. It's more like consumer society China. And that's also this last bit, what I really love, is 3009 AD, is a sci-fi vision of future with a luxury car and Jurassic Park.
All right, thank you very much for that, Sean. We'll see you very soon, and thank you for watching. Do stay tuned to France 24.